Here we're going to show you how to disinfect your tools, whether it be for your eyelashes. All of your tools that are stainless steel, tweezers, need to be disinfected before you use them on any of your clients, as well as your manicuring, pedicuring tools, which you wash first and then use the disinfectant solution, or your skincare, comedone extractors, all those are washed first and then used with the wet sterilizer. So here we have our germicidal anti-rust formula of the barbicide. This is what we need to use, and it can be mixed into several, it's concentrated, so it can be mixed into several different styles to use for disinfecting. One is to use it diluted into a spray bottle or into your wet sterilizer here, which I have at the bottom. I have some cotton so that the tweezers or any of your sharp implements don't get dulled or nicked. So when you soak them in, you dissolve them, the tips are going to be protected by the cotton at the bottom. Alright, so first things first, whenever you're setting up your solution and making a fresh batch, you want to wear gloves. My gloves on, and then you want to wear some kind of protected safety glasses, or I'm going to put on my reading glasses in case ever you splashed or you dropped something and it splashed up into your eyes. So let me show you how to mix up your sterilizing solution. You're going to use distilled water because then there's no minerals in it, and it won't, it'll last better, as well as any of the mineralized pure water is fine too, but I always use distilled. And then you have a measuring little cup, and then read your instructions. Every different type of sterilizer concentrated is a different formulation sometimes. So it's 2 ounces to every 32 ounces. So this sterilizing liquid container, my flat boxed one, actually only holds about 6 to 8 ounces. So I'm going to put 1 ounce. Okay, which is 30 mils. Okay. Let's set this down. Let's close that up. And I'm going to take out the tray. And normally I would just dump all this about every week if you're using it regularly, or daily if you're doing a lot of clients, manicuring, pedicuring. So it's going to be deep blue, or like a bright, vivid blue, not as dark as it when it's not diluted yet. This is the concentrated form. And then I'm going to fill up the rest, and I would normally measure this out, but I know how much this container holds. And then give it a stir. And then make sure that you can see the shade of it. So it's still a nice vivid blue. That's the color that you want it. When it starts to fade or get particles in it, then you know that it's time to change. So then we're going to put our tools in there. I like this one because it's totally immersed and the points don't get touched, as you have to be careful with the glass ones that have a tray where they go to point down. And then totally immerse them, and then I would set my timer on my phone for 10 minutes so you don't leave them and come back. Then if we're mixing up a spray bottle, I'll go ahead and buy a gallon or a liter of distilled water and pre-mix that ahead, and then I can spray it for my tables. But you do, to totally sterilize and disinfect your tabletops and your machinery, you have to leave it wet for 10 minutes. So it's not totally sterilized with just a spray down and wipe down, but it still is going to clean your surfaces. And that's the basics of our sterilizing. When you actually take these out, I would take another paper towel so that you're not touching this with your hands, and you do want to dry them off and then give them a spray rinse of either alcohol or water, just to remove all of the chemical solution that's on them.